Hi guys, it's Dr. Pete here, and today we're talking about the platinum rule, how to communicate successfully every time. Now, this of course sits inside the big four of flourishing schools, focusing on collective efficacy, return on data, high performance teams, and the platinum rule. So let's get into it now and find out what this is about. You know, when we think about how a school functions, effective communication lies at the heart of it. And of course, with communication, there's two major approaches to consider. The first is called the golden rule: do unto others, or communicate with others, the way I would want them to communicate unto me. And that's a really good idea. If I want respect from someone else, I communicate respectfully. If I want them to be kind, I communicate kindly. But there's an interesting hazard in this one, because sometimes my version of respect or kindness or whatever it may not hit the mark to match their needs. I mean, what if they have different communication needs to me? And that's where the second approach, the platinum rule, comes into play. Do unto others the way they want it done unto them. And in communication, of course, I need to communicate with you the way you want to be communicated to. That makes complete sense, of course, and it's a great idea, because when I hear something the way I want to hear it, I'm on board. I get where you're coming from. But there's a rub in that, isn't there? Because for that to work, we first have to understand what the other person's communication needs are. And to kind of break through and get a heads up on how we can do that, we jump over to this personality and communication model called the CARD model. And in essence, that says that people have strengths and weaknesses in how they like to communicate. Some are very conceptual, some are very action orientated, some people are very relational in how they speak, and some people are very detail focused in their communication. Therefore, the platinum rule is about understanding myself and the other person and matching how I'm communicating to their needs. It's a two-step process if we were to unpack it. In step one, of course, we start with me, or you're thinking about you, and on the screen right now you can see we can just rank order those four different parts of that CARD communication model. 1 is most likely, 4 is least likely. You can see me, Pete, on the screen now, and you already know your answers. In step 2 of this puzzle, of course, we need to think about the other person and where are their preferences? What's their number one? What are they strongest at? Now, one way we can do that, work out what their dominant communication needs are, is by listening out for key words. If they're very concept orientated or yellow types, you're going to hear a lot of big picture words and ideas. If they're here and now, straight to the point, let's get on with it, they're very action orientated or blue. If there's a lot of respect, feelings, concerns, worries, was thinking about others, they're relational or red. And if they're just wanting to clarify this step and that step, or what happens between these two steps, they're detail orientated or green. A way you can short circuit that process, if you can't always listen out, is a little tool on our website called the Platinum Communication Matching Tool. It's a 30-second hack where you key in what you think the other person's needs are and quickly get a bit of a plan about the platinum approach. Returning to what we're talking about now though, when I know myself and I've got a strong understanding of your preferences, I can match, and in doing so have a platinum approach to communication where you're hearing what I need to say in a way that you need to hear it. That is success every time. And we need communication to succeed every time if we're to build flourishing schools. When we think about the benefits of the platinum rule across the school leaders benefit because they start to communicate more effectively with others. Teachers benefit because they suddenly get each other, their colleagues, their teaching teams, the students and the parents. The students find this stuff fantastic because they have a different way to understand personality clashes and better ways to manage up. And of course, parents are often dealing with a lot of pressures when they're talking with you in the school, and when they too can kind of harness the power of the platinum rule in effective communication, everybody wins. Look, we think you should be getting started on this right now. It's such a great tool. Jump on the website over in the downloads button if you want a few more fact sheets and tip sheets you can use. Jump into the shop if you want to grab the Oz Identities card games to get these things happening with your staff or with your students. And remember, communicating with the platinum rule is one of the big 4 pillars of a flourishing school. So until next time, bye for now.